so forth. So we thought we'd take this opportunity to bring in Dr. John Lott, a guy who has written the book, or books as it were, on guns, including More Guns, Less Crime. Doctor, good to have you here as always. What is this latest push? More gun control. It seems that this Democrat-controlled Senate wants to make sure that they can ram through more legislation, even though they might only have 50 votes plus the tiebreaker. What do you expect today? What are you hearing?
Well, I think this is just going to be a rehash of the different proposals that Biden's put forward. I suppose the top of the line thing is going to be the money he's going to be wanting to get to hire new police officers around the country. I think they've looked at the polls and they see that they have to move away from the defund the police movement. But the problem that they face is it's really not serious. If Biden was serious about dealing with crime, he would criticize some of these Democratic district attorneys who are refusing to prosecute violent criminals. He would go and criticize Democrats in major cities across the country that have cut police budgets. He would go and talk about the fact that Democratic judges have made it so that they've released more than half the inmates from many major urban areas around the country, from jails and prisons in those places. And he'd talk about things like New York, California's bail reform they've had. So, but he won't criticize any of things. When he does talk about crime, as you say, he focuses very heavily on gun control. In fact, during his first four big crime speeches that he gave, that was virtually all he talked about. He mentioned police 4 times in those 4 speeches. And each of those times, the extent he talked about it was them enforcing gun control laws. And yet, over 92% of violent crime in the United States has absolutely nothing to do with guns. Less than 8% involves guns. Yet, as you say, it's been his heavy focus up till this point.
Well, here's the thing. They must feel that they have an opportunity here to break through in this election year, John. That's got to be what it is. We continue to watch for the president to come out, and when he does, we'll have a better idea of exactly what he has in mind. But they feel like they've had some success lately. This Inflation Reduction Act, as an economist, I don't think you buy that it's going to reduce inflation at all. You're an economist by trade. They've had some other success. The president coming out and dismissing maybe as much as $1 trillion in student loan debt. So maybe they think this is the time to take another step in the hopes that they can make gun control an issue in the midterm elections in November. I mean, what else would be the point here?
Well, I think you're right. I mean, look, if they pick up 1 or 2 seats in the Senate, it's possible they're going to be able to get rid of the filibuster rule. And if they keep the House at the same time, we're going to be in a situation where Democrats are going to be able to get through absolutely anything that they want to get through. I mean, Joe Manchin talks a good game, but when push comes to shove, he's been actually voting for all of Biden's nominees, and they've gotten through these proposals in the end. He may have taken some time to get it through, but him getting the Build Back Better, renamed the Inflation Reduction Act, really didn't change anything other than the title and maybe somewhat the bottom line. But as you say,
I guess we'll see.